Hey, you tuning in? This is about marriage and what happens when trust goes to die in a ditch. If you believe in keeping it real, in family, and hate cheaters, then hit subscribe and smash that like button. Let's get into it. I'm at my desk in Queens, steam practically pouring out of my ears. This whole year's been a mess, barely seen my kid thanks to the virus. Summer was a write-off, no visits, nothing. That alone was enough to make me want to punch a wall. Then September hits, and bam, I find out my wife, Sarah, 5 years down, has been playing away games. Since then, it's been like living in a spy movie, trying to piece together her web of lies. Each discovery? Worse than the last. I'm stuck in the same house as this woman, acting like it's all sunshine and roses, when every cell in my body screams to kick her out and torch everything she's ever touched. My lawyer keeps saying, "Hold your horses, John, not yet." Haven't slept in our bed in 2 months. The second she's gone, that mattress is going up in flames, backyard bonfire style. Zero intimacy between us, zip, nada. And get this, she flips it on me, accuses me of cheating every time she tries to hug or kiss me. I have to stand there, play the part, even though her touch feels like bugs crawling all over my skin. I need her out, like yesterday, but the timing is supposedly off. My patience is thinner than deli counter ham. It's like being trapped in a padded room with someone drumming their fingers on a table, non-stop, driving you batty until you just want to flip the table and choke them silent. Can't even vent to anyone because of that damn "not yet" ringing in my head. I'm furious at myself, ashamed I let someone walk all over me again. Just want it to be over. And man, I miss my son Mikey like crazy. For what it's worth, her browser history shows she hasn't touched Reddit in 6 months. Big whoop. I'm hanging on by a thread here. To anyone who's been through this silent betrayal hell, waiting for the right moment, you've got my respect. This is pure torture. Got home late Sunday after a killer drive, 1,300 miles. Actually, a blessing in disguise. Zero desire to see her, talk to her, anything. Fell into my chair, dead on my feet, and just passed out. Haven't had a decent night's sleep in 2 months, lost 15 pounds. Look like death warmed over, feel even worse. But that night, 8 solid hours. Finally, Monday morning, she's all over me, trying to get frisky. Felt absolutely nothing. Every morning, I'm up before the alarm, everything's working fine downstairs, so it's not a plumbing issue. It's just that for once, my body, heart, and brain are all singing from the same hymn sheet. Hell no. She gets all bent out of shape, which turns into a screaming match. I played it cool, said maybe something's off with me, 52 years old, stuff happens. But she wouldn't let it go, kept hammering me about cheating. Accused me of being a lousy husband, saying I haven't touched her, haven't said "I love you" in ages. To her, that's rock-solid proof I'm hiding something. Full-blown gaslighting mode activated. Here's the kicker, though. I was hiding something. Evidence. I was stockpiling evidence of her 2-timing act. D-Day for me was September 25th. I work in a body shop out in Long Island, fixing cars that look like they went 10 rounds with a monster truck. September 25th, I'm working on this pickup, practically totaled, and I slice my leg open. Bad. ER trip, 5 stitches inside, 34 outside. Nasty gash. They pump me full of painkillers. I'm in no shape to drive. Call Sarah. No answer. Try again. 5 minutes later. Still nothing. 3rd time. Silence. Text her. "Babe, pick up. Need you. Call me." Kept calling. More texts. Radio silence. Hour and a half of this crap. I give up, call an Uber to get home. We turn onto my street, and there she is, standing in our doorway, making out with some dude from her office. Told the driver to stop. This wasn't a quick peck. They were practically swallowing each other's faces. She was supposed to be at work. Snapped out my phone, took a few photos, told the driver to keep rolling. Had him take me back to the shop. Sat in the break room for 4 hours, head on the table, completely numb. When the meds wore off, I drove home. Leg was throbbing, but that pain was nothing compared to the storm raging in my head. Got home. She wasn't there. Showed up a few hours later, acting all concerned. Maybe it was real concern, maybe not. Can't tell anymore. Casually asked how her day was. Fed me some bull story about work. Knew it was a lie. Week later, I find out she hasn't worked a Friday in 3 years. 3 years! Then, she has the nerve to yell at me, saying I need to be a better husband, not giving her enough. Snapped. Grabbed my phone, pulled up the text log, shoved it in her face, showed her all those unanswered texts from when I was in the ER, when I needed her. I rarely raise my voice, but I shouted. Said the one time I truly needed her, she vanished. She glanced at her phone, then walked out of the house for a few hours. Came back, apologized, but then another lie. Said she had a rough day at work, didn't see my calls. Truth? She didn't see them because she was too busy banging her boss in our house to check her damn phone. Since that day, been digging, went through her phone, laptop, iPad, found out I could access everything from one of her old phones. Even installed cameras around the house. For 2 months, I've watched her cheat on me in real time. Apple products, man, cheater's worst nightmare. Everything syncs up. Learned she doesn't just dislike Mikey, she hates him. Probably because having him around in the summer cramped her style. Found out the affair with her boss, Brian, has been going on for years. Not just him, though. One of the guys she's been sleeping with is someone I've worked with. Considered a friend for 14 years, Danny. His wife, Lisa, works with Sarah. Has been helping cover up the affair with Brian. These people introduced me to Sarah. Watched me propose. Stood by at our wedding, fully aware she was cheating on me. I know of 4 guys total. 2 I know, 2 I don't. They've been intimate in my bed, on my couch, kitchen table, where I eat, even in my shower. These lowlifes have used my soap to wash their, you get the picture. Went up to my cabin upstate to hunt deer, clear my head for a weekend. Invited her, like always. She declined. Got back. Checked the footage. Parade of men coming through my house, screwing my wife. Didn't even bother to clean herself up between visits. Pig. Yeah, there's a camera in the bathroom, too. Same story. When I went to Chicago for Thanksgiving, she spent the whole weekend screwing other guys in my home, in my bed. For 2 months, kept it all bottled up. Finally confided in my ex-girlfriend, Michelle. Outwardly, I'm calm. Inside, I'm about to explode. Almost confronted her a dozen times, swallowed her lies instead. Even apologized for our arguments, the arguments she started. Mentioned to her I was thinking of scheduling a doctor's appointment, for performance issues. Not long after, accidentally came across messages she'd sent to Brian, mocking me, calling me a limp dick, and practically drooling over Friday night. The woman I see now feels like a total stranger compared to the one I fell for 7 years ago. Part of me wants to just call her evil, but I think there's something deeper going on. Maybe mental health stuff. She's got all the signs of sociopathic behavior. This isn't the life I signed up for. Proposing to her was one of the toughest calls I ever made. After my first divorce, I couldn't trust a positive word from any woman. Pushed away 2 amazing women because I was still messed up from that first marriage. Not because I doubted my first wife's love, but the divorce aftermath felt like a total betrayal. Ended up with $43 to my name. No house, no car, no job, 0 support from family. Next 3 years, couch surfing, every dollar went to alimony and shared debts. 22 years old, life felt over before it even began. Turned 20, drunk on a buddy's couch, gun in my mouth, crying because I couldn't pull the trigger. Couldn't see a way out. Since that night, kept that $43 in my wallet. Reminder of how low I'd sunk. Not saying I'm back in that dark place, but the feelings are too damn familiar. Yeah, I'm older, wiser, took steps to protect myself this time. But that first time, catching them in the act. Came home early from a trip, found them together, ended instantly. Hardly any gaslighting, just her weak, "It's not what it looks like," followed by her screams as I beat the crap out of my brother and his friend. Chapter closed. Therapy helped me move on, or so I thought. This time it's been a slow, agonizing drip of lies, constant dishonesty, even when there's no point in lying. Can't even tell the truth about the smallest things. Feels like every time I blink, she's off with another guy. My feelings for her? Gone. Let me be crystal clear. This is beyond repair. I'm done. Our anniversary is on Pearl Harbor Day. Now that date has a whole new level of infamy. She'll never forget it. But right now, every second feels like a year. Drained. Head feels like it's in a vice. All that progress from therapy? Wiped out. Update 1. Handed her divorce papers yesterday. Wasn't in the right headspace to write about it then. Still not really, but here goes. Woke up early, left the house, grabbed breakfast while waiting for her to leave for work. Once she was gone, rented a U-Haul, went back home, changed the locks. Buddy Mark and his wife Lisa came over. Mark brought another friend, Dave. We packed up all her stuff. Loaded the bedroom set I got her for our wedding, the couch, the dining table, anything that felt tainted, put it in storage. Stuffed all her clothes into trash bags. Wanted to mix the dirty laundry with the clean, just to be petty, but Lisa wouldn't let me. By 11 a.m., we were done. Lunchtime, picked up flowers and chocolates, headed to her office downtown. Walked in, handed her the gifts, gave her a big hug and kiss. She's beaming. Her coworkers are gushing about how sweet I am. Told her I'd love to take her to lunch, but had a leg appointment, and she should keep her evening free, because I had something special planned. On my way out, passed her boss, Brian, gave him a big smile and a wave, went to grab lunch. 2 p.m., a sheriff's deputy was delivering the divorce papers to her office. Meanwhile, I was standing outside Brian's house in Westchester. Texted him a photo I took the day I caught them, along with a fresh selfie of me standing in front of his door. Knocked. His wife Carol answered. Recognized me from office parties, get-togethers. Told her about the affair between Sarah and Brian. She didn't believe me, until I showed her a picture of them together and another of Sarah and Brian getting busy on my couch. Carol slapped me across the face, just stood there as she broke down, sobbing. Told her Sarah had been sleeping with multiple guys, suggested she get tested for STDs, handed her my lawyer's card, my phone number. She asked why I was doing this to her. Felt like the lowest form of life. Told her she had a right to know, but even that felt like a weak excuse. Left. My phone blew up with calls, texts. Ignored them, went home. updated my Facebook status to divorced, then read through Sarah's frantic messages. What the hell is this? What are you doing? Same old drama queen stuff. Replied, told her she could pick up her clothes at 7 p.m., not a minute before. Apparently, Brian didn't immediately confess to Carol. Probably had his own damage control to do. But eventually, she found out. Sarah bombarded me with angry texts, blaming me for exposing their affair to Carol. Then Lila, a friend who'd been covering for Sarah, started calling. Picked up. Asked, "How long have you known about the affair between Sarah and Brian? Don't lie." She admitted it. What I'd suspected for ages, the whole time, even before Sarah and I met, I'd been nothing more than the side piece. My entire marriage, a cruel joke, brutal realization. Asked Lila why she hadn't told me. Said they were afraid I'd lose it, get violent. Reminded her she knew me better than that. Claimed she stayed silent because she was Sarah's friend. What about me? I asked. Didn't I deserve to know? If you knew your husband was cheating, wouldn't you want me to tell you? She admitted she would. Hung up. Sent her photos of Sarah and Brian. Followed up with my lawyer's contact info. Then told her never to contact me again. Around 4 p.m., Sarah showed up at the house, realized the locks were changed. Banged on the door, shouted, didn't answer, tried calling again, turned off my phone, then she smashed a window, took off. Just before 7 p.m., 2 sheriff's deputies parked out front. One of them had helped me move furniture earlier. His wife, also a friend, showed up too. Exactly 7 p.m., Sarah arrived. Handed her the trash bags of clothes, the storage key and address, my lawyer's card. Told her future communication would go through my lawyer. Started with the "I love you" lines, insisting we could fix things. Apologized, claimed she loved me, said it was a mistake, didn't love them, it meant nothing, just pointed at my lawyer's card. Then she argued it was her house too. Couldn't kick her out. Told her it was my home and she'd literally screwed herself out of it. That's when she snapped. "I love yous" turned into "F yous" and "I hate yous." Deputies turned on their lights. Neighbors came out to watch the show. Stood there calm, hands at my sides while she screamed at me. Think she'd been drinking. Started sobbing, claiming she had nowhere to go. Told her I didn't care. Learned something new about her. She could throw a solid right hook. Gave me a fat lip and a bloody nose. Didn't react. Just stood there. Tried to scratch my face. Deputies had to restrain her. Decided against pressing charges. Just asked them to escort her out. Despite that, they filed an incident report anyway, which would help me get a temporary restraining order. Looking back, actually grateful they did. Once she was gone, went back inside. Started cleaning myself up. All the emotions I'd been holding back for 2 months hit me like a tidal wave. Right now, I feel completely empty. Thought once it was all out in the open, I'd feel some relief. Don't. Feel utterly miserable. Not someone who cries easily, but haven't stopped since last night. Phone's been blowing up. Almost 600 missed calls and texts and climbing. Heading to North Carolina with some friends. Not interested in any mediation crap. I'll deal with that when I'm ready. Didn't call Mikey last night, even though I never miss a night. Tell him everything tonight. Doubt he'll be too upset. Never really liked her anyway. Update 2. Met with her and her lawyer today. Didn't get everything I wanted, but got enough. Settled on an uncontested divorce. Should be final in about 2 months. Silver lining, I guess. Even though I feel a little relief, the sadness about how it ended is still crushing. Almost the entire meeting she couldn't or wouldn't meet my eyes. Won't pretend to know what was going through her head, but part of me wants to think she just didn't have the guts to face me. She hired a decent lawyer, though. At least he realized the mess he'd been handed. They asked if there was any chance of reconciliation. We played along, like maybe it was possible. even though we both knew it was a snowstorm in July, requested full disclosure of her actions. Her lawyer had already asked her to write everything down, but what she provided didn't even cover half of what I already knew. As I read through her statement, noticed 2 names missing. Guys I hadn't identified yet. That's when my lawyer pulled out stills from the security footage. "Who's this? And this?" he asked. Turns out, she hadn't been completely honest with her own lawyer. They asked us to step out for a minute. We did. Didn't catch every word, but her lawyer didn't sound happy when we came back. Got a more truthful version of events. The 2 guys were recent hookups from online dating sites. She'd been having an affair with Brian for almost as long as I've known her. Claimed she ended things with him shortly after I proposed, stayed away until about a year into our marriage. Think I believe that, maybe. Trusting anything she says is probably stupid. Asked her if she'd ever been faithful during our marriage. That's when she confessed to starting an affair with Danny, my coworker, Lila's husband, on July 4th, 2019. We had a barbecue that day. She gave him well, you get the picture, at our house, while I was there. Said she didn't love him, just liked the thrill. This past year, she got even more reckless, meeting random guys online. Probably some parking lot meetups too, but didn't dig for more details. Asked the lawyers to leave the room, wanted to ask her some personal questions. They stepped out. Didn't ask why she cheated. Wanted to know why she married me. Why didn't she just say no? Claimed she loved me. Yeah, right. Funny way of showing it. Said she wanted to be married, craved the security. I was good in bed. But she'd loved Brian for 10 years. He wasn't leaving Carol. Her biological clock was ticking. So I was basically her plan B. Told me I made her happy, but she still wanted what she wanted. For anyone wondering, both Danny and Sarah have been fired. Lisa made a scene at work, so I didn't even have to lift a finger. My soon-to-be ex-wife is living with her parents now. No clue what's happening with Brian and Carol. Told it's none of my business. Apparently, Brian's trying to salvage his marriage. If he manages to stay married, might just pay him a visit anyway. Asked Sarah if there was anything else I should know. That's when she dropped the bomb. Had an abortion 2 years ago. Because she didn't know who the father was. Hit me like a freight train. In the beginning we tried for a kid. Eventually we stopped trying, just enjoyed each other. Would have loved another child. Maybe a daughter. Could spoil her rotten. We had unprotected intimacy almost every day. Very real chance that baby was mine. But I'll never know. That was the final straw. Had to get up, leave the room. People talk about dodging bullets, but all I can think about is she might have killed my kid. If you've ever boxed, you know there's a point where the punches keep coming and you go numb. Still hurt, but you stop feeling them. Called the lawyers back in. Told mine to switch to Plan B. Dropping my alimony request. Wanted the divorce finalized, uncontested, ASAP. Almost joked that a condition for reconciliation would be for her to undo all those other guys. Impossible, but no point in being clever. Won't lie, the abortion thing rattled me. Don't want any monthly reminders of her. Not even alimony. 5:40 p.m., she signed the papers. In about 2 months, it'll be official. I keep the house, my retirement accounts, all my stuff. No alimony for either of us. She gets $83,000 from our savings, is barred from contacting me ever again. That's it. Couldn't care less what happens to her now. Don't want to know what she'll do next. For her sake and anyone she meets in the future, hope she gets therapy. But I'm done caring about her. Don't feel like a weight's been lifted. More like I've been force-fed something disgusting, and that's all I can taste. Haven't had a reason to be happy in 3 months. Still not happy. Don't see that changing soon. That abortion thing is stuck in my head. Think it'll haunt me for a long time. No idea what I'm going to do next. Short term, long term. Maybe once it's all finalized, I'll feel some closure. Right now, just want to be left alone. Keep replaying everything I've ever done. All I see are the mistakes I've made. No, it's a terrible mindset, but it's all I've got right now. At least I got to keep my stuff this time. But one thing's for damn sure. Never doing this again.